The asphyxiation gooning incident. On June 14, 1994, a 38-year-old man
reacting to goon incident chat. Gooning incident, boy. Let's go.
and left his small home in Asheville, North Carolina, and telling his family he was going for an evening walk to clear his mind. He often visited a wooded area behind a local park when he wanted privacy, and the route was familiar enough that no one thought much of it. Clad in casual outdoor clothing and carrying a small backpack, he walked into the tree line just before sunset, disappearing into the dense, quiet forest. As daylight faded, he ventured farther off the main path than usual, eventually stopping in a secluded clearing about 50 yards from the trail. He set down his backpack, removed several personal items, and began preparing an
A rope. Why do you have a rope? I understand the baby oil fairy, but the rope. Shit. Rope ya guy. I know I'm goated, ne? But with the rope. So is he gonna like wrap it like on his thingy? He's gonna wrap it, and then is he gonna wrap it on the roof and then swing like this, like on some duzu suicide? Is that what they call it now?
arrangement using a rope tied between two sturdy trees. The setup appeared practiced, done with deliberate care, suggesting this was not the first time he had been in this spot or engaged in this ritual. As night deepened, the man engaged in a sequence that involved controlled pressure and suspended positioning. At some point during the process, however, he shifted his weight incorrectly or misjudged the timing. The rope system, meant to allow controlled release, failed to do so once he lost consciousness. The moment he blacked out, his body became completely unsupported. Without the ability to adjust himself or break free, he remained suspended in a kneeling position, slumped forward and unable to breathe. Hours passed, and the forest remained quiet and undisturbed. The next afternoon, on June 15th, a group of hikers walked along the same trail, taking advantage of the warm weather. About half an hour into the hike, one of them noticed something odd. When they moved closer and saw the unmoving posture of the kneeling figure, they realized something was wrong. They immediately called 911. When paramedics arrived, they confirmed.
So imagine they find you there laying with your duzu, dog. They just find you laying with your duzu, like, yeah, like you died, you duzu died because of gooning, boy. Like you just chilling and you die, like what? How is this even possible, bro?
He had been dead for many hours. Investigators recognized the pattern as a classic case of accidental death during a private high-risk solitary act of gooning. The Goonside incident. On January 8, 2025, a 27-year-old man named Nautica Malone drove his sedan into the drive-through lane of Bikini Beans Coffee in Tempe, Arizona, just after 7 a.m. He had left home unusually early that morning, according to his family, saying he needed fresh air and a change of scenery. As he approached the service window, a barista preparing for the morning rush noticed him rolling forward at a slow, measured pace. When he reached the window, she greeted him, expecting a routine order. But within seconds, she realized Nautica had no pants on. She pulled out her phone and began recording the encounter, capturing the man's...
So wait. This nigga went to a drive-through with no pants. Now you guys be taking it so far, like, why you guys be going this far? Like, chat, bruh, like, you guys can do goon at home, simply. They're not going to drive-throughs naked and shit, dog. Like, what's going on? Like, with no pants on, like, what's going on? What's going on?
Quiet, vacant expression as he sat behind the wheel. The video lasted only a few seconds before the car eased forward and exited the lane. The clip was shared privately at first, circulating among coworkers, but by late afternoon it had been forwarded again and again until someone uploaded it to social media. Within hours, it was widely circulating across multiple platforms, gathering captions, jokes, and comments.
I'm embarrassed for bro. Goon Lord. Yo, the last gooner. The gooner among us. Yeah, chat, nah, like, the last Goon Lord is too tough. Bro could have used his imagination, by the way. Nah, this was goated.
Over the next 2 days, Malone withdrew from friends and family. According to relatives, he stayed mostly in his room, leaving only briefly to pick up mail or get water. He ignored calls from co-workers, disabled several of his social media accounts, and stopped responding to messages. His brother later told reporters that the shame and public attention seemed to overwhelm him almost instantly, and on the morning of January 11th, Malone left home quietly. He drove west toward Goodyear, Arizona, taking a long, looping route along the highway, avoiding busier exits. At some point during the drive, he called his brother, but the call went unanswered. When the brother returned the call...
At least he's driving a Mustang, though. At least he's driving a Mustang. He's got it. Even though bro's clip of gooning circulated around social media, at least, like, Like, just, bro's got it.
Minutes later, it rang without response. Just after 3 p.m., a passerby walking through a quiet parking area near a small business park noticed a black sedan parked at an odd angle beneath a tree. The engine was off, and the driver inside appeared completely still. The passerby approached slowly and tapped on the window, but there was no movement. Alarmed, they dialed 911 and reported an unresponsive person in a vehicle.
But wait! Yarr.
Police and paramedics arrived within minutes. After forcing the door open, responders determined Malone had died from a self-inflicted
I can't even react in peace, bro. There's, hey, yo, yeah.
wound, with the estimated time of death several hours earlier. A firearm was recovered inside the vehicle. On his phone, officers found a short message addressed to his family, written earlier that morning, apologizing for the pain he felt he had caused them. The falling GOONER incident. On March 18, 2011, a 32-year-old man returned to his small Milwaukee studio apartment after a long work shift. He dropped his keys on the counter, turned on his TV for background noise, and headed straight for the bathroom. A few minutes later, he decided he wanted to goon. He brought a small stool.
Wait, like, I understand that you want to go near, but I understand the falling GOONER incident. Where is he going with the chair, bro? Like, why do people, what's going on, bro? I thought, hey,
From the living room and placed it beside the bathtub. He propped his phone upright against a shampoo bottle, playing a video he wanted to goon to. Based on the coroner's office reconstruction, he climbed onto the small stool so he could goon in a certain position, but the stool wasn't stable on the slippery bathroom tiles. While he was in action, the stool
bro. So he's actually gooning right there. Like, no, okay, ne, I understand, bro. He's gooning. Okay, fair, it's not. What is the chair for? Can someone please comment and tell me what the chair is for? Like, do you have to stand on something while gooning, bro? Like, what's going on?
suddenly slid out from under him. He lost his balance instantly. He fell backward, hitting his head hard on the edge of the bathtub, and was knocked unconscious immediately. With no one else in the apartment to help him, he stayed on the floor without ever waking up. When he didn't show up for work the next morning, his co-workers requested a welfare check. The landlord entered the apartment and found the scene unchanged. The phone still playing, the stool overturned, and the man lying on the bathroom floor.
So like, imagine, bruh, you have a friend. And then, okay, your friend, you text him, that's a day, and you go, the day goes by, and doesn't respond. 2 days go by, you don't respond, fairly. That's cool. You go check, you're like, wait, this guy's always talking, let me go check him at his pose. You go to his pose, fairly. You walk in, it's empty. You go to his room, you find him lying there. Like, lying there, it's still playing, and you find out he was gooning, like, what would you do, bro? Like, would you carry him? Would y'all niggas carry y'all nigga, bro? Like, would you carry...
Where he had fallen. Paramedics were called to the scene and they confirmed he had died from a head injury caused by the fall. The ladder incident. On June 11, 2019, a 38-year-old man in rural Oregon carried an aluminum ladder behind his house and placed it against a tall pine tree at the edge of his property. He often climbed the tree to get cell reception, and neighbors later reported that he had a habit of spending long periods alone outdoors. That afternoon, he set up the ladder in a secluded spot and climbed roughly 15 feet up, settling on a sturdy branch. He began engaging in gooning while seated on...
Why is he gooning on top of a tree? Why is he gooning on top of a tree, bruh? Now, like, bro, you could do this at home, in the toilet, everywhere but the tree. What does nature have to do with you, bro? Like, you have to climb that high just to beat your meat? Nah. I think this is going too far now, James. I think we should have a conference of niggas that should stop gooning, bro. Because it's too much. Nah, bro. It's too much, bro. Justice for niggas who still beat their meat, bro. It's too much. I thought it was fun at first. It's not fun anymore, bro. You guys gotta stop, dog.
The branch.
Why?
He was out of sight and in complete solitude. As the minutes passed, he shifted his weight repeatedly, bracing his foot against the tree trunk while using the other to maintain balance. The branch beneath him was stable, but the ladder he had climbed was not properly secured. At some point during his activity, his movement caused the ladder to tilt backward. Startled, he reached instinctively toward it, losing his balance on the branch in the process. Within seconds, he tumbled together with the ladder down the slope beneath the tree, striking the ground chest first. A hiker on a nearby trail heard the crash and discovered him unconscious beside the flattened ladder. Emergency services were called.
Hey, by the way, they don't find you unconscious only. They find you in a position where they just know what this nigga was doing, bro. Like, why is your meat out when they find you? Why? Why? Oh my God.
Immediately, but despite resuscitation efforts, he was pronounced dead at the scene from blunt force trauma to the thorax, including multiple fractured ribs and cardiac injury. During the investigation, police found his phone, open browser tabs, and physical evidence confirming he had been engaging in solitary sexual activity moments before the fall. The D-Cut incident. On July 14, 2016, a 45-year-old man returned to his small apartment in Eastern Europe after a day of running errands. He set down his bags, turned on a small radio for background noise, and made his way to the bedroom. He retrieved a homemade metal device he had been experimenting with and brought it to the bed, arranging it carefully for use. Based on investigators' reconstruction, he attempted to use the device while sitting on the edge of the bed. The device was unstable and one of the metal parts suddenly snapped under pressure. The broken piece caused a deep cut to his groin. He tried to stop the bleeding, but the wound was severe and involved a major blood vessel. Alone in the apartment, he was unable to get help or call emergency services. Within minutes, he lost consciousness due to...
Of course you can't call emergency services, dog. Ish, bro. Of course you can't call emergency services, bro. What do you tell them? So like my deep bleeding, bro. Like it's bleeding right now. Can you please send help? Like how did it bleed? What were you doing? What led to it bleeding, dog? I don't know, this thing is mad, dog. Yeah. What led to it bleeding, bro?
Rapid blood loss. When he didn't respond to friends who visited later that evening, a welfare check was requested. Authorities entered the apartment and found the scene unchanged, the device broken, and the man lying unconscious on the bed where he had been attempting to use the device. Paramedics confirmed that he had died from hemorrhagic shock caused by the laceration, the obsessed GOONER incident. On October 14, 2020, a 33-year-old man woke up in a small apartment.
How do you goon but you're 33? Ew. The obsessed GOONER incident. So bro was 33 and obsessed with gooning. Chai.
In the city. His nights had become sleepless, spent scrolling through videos and live.
Why is he standing like that? Why is bro standing like that, bro? What type of levels did he unlock to goon, bruh? Bro, his legs are stretched out, my nigga, bro. What? Nah, dog.
Streams of a single adult performer he believed was secretly communicating with him. To him, every post, every glance of the camera was a coded message meant only for him. Investigators later found that he had stopped going to work, cut of his friends and family, and had isolated himself almost entirely.
He was locked in. He was locked in with gooning. He cut off his friends. He cut off his family. Like, bro, just so you guys are slowing me down, I can unlock new potentials to this. There are levels to this, bro. He wanted to be perfect in the gooning society, bro. Now justice for this bro. Now he's got it. He's so tough. Bro's so tough. I mean, I'd do it. I'd cut off my... I think I should stop talking. Yeah, I should stop talking. They warned me about talking about gooning and I'm done. I'm not talking about that shit no more. I'm a changed man.
Entirely. Notes, screenshots, and printed messages littered his apartment, all meticulously annotated with interpretations of the performer's signals. Over time, his fixation had escalated. He convinced himself that he needed to meet her in person to prove his loyalty. That morning, he packed a backpack with essentials, including a handwritten letter and several printed screenshots, and left his apartment. He traveled by public transit to the city where he believed she was filming.
Do you guys think he gooned in the bus? He's the obsessed gooning. Like, I'm just asking, chat. Do you guys think he gooned in the bus? I think he did. I think he did goon in the bus. Like 2 nyana, 2 stroke, 3 stroke nyana, just to like keep him going, bro. He was going a long way. Very long way.
Following directions pieced together from interviews and online posts. For hours, he wandered near the area, checking security cameras and rehearsing what he would say. He refused to contact anyone for help, believing that any interference would ruin everything. As evening approached, he attempted to climb a fire escape to get a closer look at the studio where he believed she was working. Surveillance footage later showed him pause midway, hesitate, then lose his footing. Emergency responders arrived too late. He was already dead. The medical examiner ruled the death an accidental fall, noting that exhaustion, sleep deprivation, and distraction from obsessive fixation had contributed to his fall. Law enforcement...
So, gooning can actually kill you. I forgot I said that. Gooning can actually... Ew.
Later confirmed that the adult performer had no knowledge of his existence, had never communicated with him, and played no role in the accident.
Ah, damn. That's so tough. Y'all niggas should stop beating your meat, gang. Stop beating your meat, bro. You gotta stop beating your meat, dog. After what we just watched, y'all niggas should stop beating your meat, bro. It's not healthy. It's not healthy, bro. Stop beating your meat, dog. Get yourself a hand, lock in, beat your meat 2 times, like beat it 2 times, like beat your meat 2 times, like you gotta beat your meat. Didn't you say stop? Nah. You gotta beat your meat, bro. Like GG's chat. Beat your meat, bro. You can use fish oil, baby oil, nut oil, cream oil, baby oil. End up like P Diddy, call him P Daddy. We don't know. You got. By the end of the day, beat your meat, nigga. Like I'm just saying, I'm just keep it a bug with y'all niggas. Like word, you gotta do it, bro. You're gonna lock in into new interversal states and elections from a national. You got it, bro. You're gonna unlock new galaxy introversy. You gotta beat your meat. That's the moral of the story, bro. GG's chat. I'm all like, give it a bug with y'all niggas, bro. Word to my word.